Welcome to another exciting edition of Campus Connect. I'm your host, Tierra White, and we're reporting live from Kentucky State University's very own Agriculture Building. And today we'll be talking about the legacy of academics with attitude. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. And remember, this is Campus Connect. Welcome back to Campus Connect. Sitting here with me today, I have the Director of Academics with Attitude, Ms. Sandra Trammell. Ms. Trammell, can you tell me how Academics with Attitude all started?
Academics with Attitude started with the Quality Enhancement Plan for SACS, which is our reaccreditation body. It started in 2007 with the planning phase. At that point, we had our former president, Dr. Mary Sias, had given us the go to enhance the developmental needs of students who come with preparatory needs. And so what we did was we put the plan together and we did a pilot, a small pilot, in the fall of 2008. And in 2009 we started the bona fide pilot. In 2009 we started with 60 students in the summer. The Academics with Attitude program was voluntary at that point. Students who placed with ACTs of 15 and below, who would have come and had to have taken the first tier of developmental courses, were placed in the summer program, and then they were accelerated into the fall into higher level courses. We had tremendous success, and because we had such tremendous success, the program was expanded. We have been following this program since 2009. We've been looking at the data, and we're now looking at a 5-year program report that has to go to our accreditation body.
Can you tell me where the name Academics with Attitude came from?
It came right out of the eyes of the student like you, the student whose attitude sort of glimmers and gleams when she thinks about education. And so we were looking for a word that would reflect that kind of really positive attitude. So that was the word we came up with. So the emphasis is on academics, and it is on students with a really positive, motivational attitude for gaining a college degree.
What was you guys' ultimate goal for the program?
The ultimate goal for the program, of course, is to see students graduate with baccalaureate degrees. That's the ultimate goal. And the secondary goal was to improve student services and academic services on Kentucky State University's campus. So the total plan for the program was to integrate all of the various kinds of services that a student needs to succeed.
So starting in 2009, did you guys think that it would have took off for a 5-year program?
We were very hopeful. We had the plan in place. We secured the funding. The funding was increased after the success of 2009. And so the university saw that they could stand behind this program and that it would be a viable program for looking at a way to enhance the university. So yes, once we got through the 2009 pilot and the university made the commitment to the 5-year program, we were very encouraged.
Are there a lot of differences from 2009 to 2015? I'm pretty sure they are, but what's the difference?
You mean in terms of the program itself?
Yes.
There are. We found that we needed to enhance the living learning community piece. In 2009, it was, when we did the pilot, the plan was simply for that part of the piece to only go for the summer. And we found that that piece was so important to the success of the program and the success of students that by 2010, we had secured the funding for a full-time position. So that piece has really been enhanced. There are other pieces that have been focused more. For example, there's now somebody at the Betty White Health Center who does a lot of the psychological and social counseling, and we didn't have that piece really in place at that time. So,
right.
Yes, those are really significant changes in the program in terms of the total structure of the program.
Is Academics with Attitude funded by a grant?
It's half funded by a Title III grant. That's for the supplemental instructional piece, the PSLs and the student workers, the living learning assistants. All that money comes from our Title III grant. That's only half of our budget, though. The other half of our budget is on what we would call E&G money. It's hard money, It's part of the budget that the university budgets in annually. So we have money coming from both those sources. We've also had some grant money for professional development. We've worked with the Walmart and Nafio people in 2012 through 2014 to enhance the preparation of our supplemental instructors and our faculty and staff so that there's more integration of the delivery of instruction and support.
When you guys were trying to form this program, was it very tedious or it was somewhat easy?
It's never easy to plan a program for a whole university, and of course you have to have the buy-in of all of the people that work at the university when you have a comprehensive program. So there was a lot of controversy about providing these services at this level, and we had the support of the upper administration and we had the support of the faculty. And so between those two forces on campus, we've had tremendous success. So I would say it's been a lot of work, but it's been very rewarding, and it hasn't been more difficult than other things might be.
Thank you, Ms. Trammell, for joining me today in my show. And this is Campus Connect.
It's crazy. You can't be on this pedestal, no matter how much I let you down. Too long, too long, too long. Yeah, you trapped. Ain't going nowhere, nowhere. Only, yeah. Only. She told me I'm dying, I'm trying to survive. Never be enough if it's just me. And now she question if it's real when I say I love you. I guess it's hard to feel when I'm never even there. Actions speak louder than words, and they say I don't care. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. My partner on the my hood up on the drum. Roll up the line, I'm trying to get it done. Yeah, it's a party, it's a party, it's a party. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. I stepped in the club, there you go, rolling up that loud. My keep your security said be quiet. My presence start a riot. The girls get excited. Hold on, wanna try it. I'm like, why not try it? My sweat they wanna buy it. My juice they wanna try it. Club going stupid. When I owe that dude, jury gotta choose. Jugging and she moving.
Welcome back to Campus Connect. Again, my name is Tiara White, and today I have Mr. Maurice White, the coordinator of Living Learning Community of Academics with Attitude. So, Mr. White, tell me, what made you apply for this position here at Kentucky State University?
Well, when I was studying for my master's at the University of Dayton in college student personnel, I worked as a resident coordinator, and I was just overtaken with the joy that I got out of that position. Now, I did that for 2 years, and I knew I wanted to have a position where I didn't work with students administratively. I wanted to work with them personally on their own personal growth. So I saw this position. It gave me the opportunity to work with the students on a one-on-one basis, but not live on campus. I really wanted to branch off and work in a different department, and this seemed like a perfect fit for me.
So for the 4 years that you have been here and been working with Academics with Attitude, has it been a lot of differences?
Oh, definitely. It changes and it evolves just as a person's personalities change and evolve. I get a different group of students every year, and there's something different and special about each group that I've worked with. You know, for example, your year, you guys were my first, so that was just, you know, something that's always going to be near and dear to me. The second group, they were a little bit more inclined to be leaders, and they had that focus. You know, academically they weren't as strong, but they had this strong leadership background, and they really took advantage of that.
Can you tell me, Do you feel like you are part of the student body with AWA, like coming from a mentor / advisor point of view?
Do I feel like I'm a part of the student body? I definitely do. I feel like I'm deeply rooted into the campus community. Not as much this year, being that I'm still pursuing my education. But in the past, I've definitely been involved firsthand with all programs, anything that has to do with SGA. I just feel like being involved in the student community, it gives you that insight on how you can help the students.
Okay. And tell me, what's the GPA for academics with attitude?
Well, for this year, currently, the overall GPA for the entire group, I would say, is a 2.6, maybe a 2.7. For the semester, was pretty low, 2.4. I usually have the students aim for, of course, 4.0s.
Yes.
But that's, in the perfect world, But they do work hard this semester, and I hope that they're taking the fall experience as a learning tool so they can do better.
Do y'all have any upcoming plans or events for the students in AWA this semester?
Well, right now I'm working with Irma Johnson in the service learning department to get students out. I really want to focus on leadership development amongst the students. I have some strong leaders with the small group that I have, but they haven't had many opportunities to get out there and showcase their leadership abilities. So there's a mentoring program that Ms. Johnson is offering to the students, and I'm urging and pushing for my students to take advantage.
Okay. And this 2014 group that you just had, what's so different from the rest of the past 3 years?
Well, being that this is the smallest group that I've ever had, I could say there hasn't been one behavioral issue this semester. 0 reports to student affairs, and the students, they're a little bit more tight knit because just for the simple fact that it's a smaller group. One thing I could say that worked against us was the fact that there was a residential hall change. Usually the AWA students live together, but now they're separated by gender. And it kind of worked against us, but me and my student staff, we devised a plan to keep that cohesiveness amongst the students.
And speaking of your student staff, how did you pick your 4 LLAs?
Well, the same way I pick my students every year. Like I said before, I'm deeply rooted into the campus community, and I don't. It's in my best interest to make sure that I have students who are not only academically inclined, but students who actually emulate what a college student is. These will be, my student workers are on the front line, and they're the first people that our students come in contact with. So they have to be someone that I know that can be a great role model.
Okay.
To simplify things, I guess.
So, Mr. White, over the past 4 years, what has the big major accomplishments been for AWA?
Well, since I've been here, I would say the fact that I've had numerous students go into SGA and hold major positions such as president, vice president, Mr. Sophomore, Mr. Freshman, and so on. Right now, currently, I can't spill the beans, but I'm currently working with a young lady to sponsoring her so she can gear up to be Miss KSU.
Okay. And since 2011 to 2014, do you know probably why the numbers have decreased?
Definitely. Well, I wouldn't say it decreased throughout the 4 years consistently. There's definitely been a fluctuation up and down. But I could say the numbers are low this year, which is a good thing because the university has upped their standards GPA-wise. So with the standards being up, not as many students need the program, which is a great thing, I think, because it's bridging that achievement gap.
Thanks, Mr. White, for being on my show today. And again, I want to thank Ms. Sandy Trammell for being on my show earlier. And again, my name is Tiara White, and this was Campus Connect. Thanks. Good night.